Squidnapper again. We're just going through round 2 of the Korg Electribe music production station tutorial. And I'm going to show you how to change the different modulations, amp effects, and FX effects. So right now I have this pattern. I've muted everything except for one of the lines. If I want to add some amp effects on that, it's relatively simple. You just press the amp button, and this will change the attack right here. And this will change the level, so this is basically your volume. And then here's your pan, so this is left or right. Your decay or release right here. FX effects right here. And this one works the same way. You just go through the different FX effects, pick the ones you want, and then this edit will change how much that effect hits the piece you're selecting. Here's the modulator. You have all kinds of different modulations, and then you can also affect the depth of the modulation and the speed. Now what I'm going to do is export that pattern. Now I want to export it into Ableton. So you do that by going here to menu, and you sort through till you get to your data utility. You press enter and say stop sequence. Okay. Then you can export the pattern. If you're getting a lot of patterns in there, and you still like some of them, but you want to keep them and override them, because there's only about 250 patterns you can have on this thing, you can press this and that will export your pattern. And you'll have this file that your computer won't recognize on your SD card when you take it out. And then I'm going to export the audio. Press enter. You have a couple options here. You can either export the audio, you can do an Ableton live set, or you can do WAV files. I'm going to do an Ableton live set. Press enter. And this is going to take about a minute or two. Now it's said OK. Alright, and what I'll do here is I'll press stop, and I will turn off my Korg. Great. And then on the side right here, I have my SD card. So we'll take that guy out into the computer, and we'll click on this Ableton file. Okay, great. Pulled up my project. If I press play, it's going to play all my parts. As you can see, you can look at the individual parts and it'll have the WAV files. So this is all audio that it's created for each of your different parts. I can play my file, but what if I like one of these parts and I want to get the Midi? I want to kind of change up the instrument. Well, I can either do a completely different instrument on the Electribe and I can re-export it here, or the other thing you can do is I can just create a Midi track and hook up the Midi from my Electribe to this track. How I do that is with one of these mini. Now I can just click my Midi track and configure it, and it's going to say, oh, take it from the Korg Electribe. Now let's just throw an instrument on there real quick. Now let's throw those guys on there. Now, I go back to my Electribe, I can use the keyboard mode to play the different parts, touchpad as well. Or what I can do is I can take that part that I really liked and just press play. Record the MIDI of that part I really like. And then I can change it to, whatever I like. Maybe I'll use this instead. Or, if I get a certain part off,